music by the Funkomatics. And your host, Josh Paget. And now, please welcome to the stage, Josh Paget.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Comedy Nightcap. I'm your host, Josh Paget. Once again, give it up for the Funkomatics. Playing my own personal theme song before the show. Thank you. Thank you for that. Lovely, as always. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a lot of great comics and a lot of female comics on the show. I don't know if you're keeping the tally, but that's a rare thing. So let's talk about it. Dating, huh? Dating? Can we talk about that? Is anybody here doing online dating? Anyone? Is anyone here, you're doing online dating, but you don't want to admit it because you're on it and I've messaged you and you didn't respond, you just ignored it, and now it's awkward because I've called you out on it. Is that what's happening? Because there's a statistical probability is high that is the case, because I message a lot of women on the online dating and then they act like that's not what they're there for. So it's been a problem, and so what I did is I put a little preface at the top of my profile that says, hey, if I've messaged you and you don't want to go out with me, that's fine. But just let me know what's, like, there's got to be something in my profile that's creepy that makes you want to not go out with me, right? There's got to be something, and if you could just, because I'm going to message other women, right? So it's an altruistic effort on your behalf to just send me a message saying, hey, what's creepy about your profile is all of your pictures are like you by yourself. You should have some pictures of you. Or don't list under favorite TV show Chris Matthews' Hardball. Just say Downton Abbey, and then we never have to watch it. That's a popular show. No applause for Hardball. So I put this little note at the top asking women if they could just respond by saying, hey, what's creepy about your profile? This is what it is. And then the next lovely lady that I messaged, she wrote back and she said, hey, you want to know what's creepy about your profile? What's a real turnoff is this whole preface from the author section at the top of your profile asking what's creepy about your profile. That's what's creepy about your profile. And I responded back to her, hey, it got you to respond, did it not? Huh? And then she responded back, block this user. That's how that story ends. I'll let you decide for yourselves whether that's a real story. They decided yes. The lovely ladies in the band say that's a real story. That's probably true. That's probably true. So I'm trying to lose weight as a big thing. I don't know if any of you guys have ever tried to do that, but it's frustrating. So one of the things I've been on the Atkins diet. Have you guys do that? Or do that like 10 years ago when it was a fad? So I'm just catching up and I'm exploring it, and I've found that I haven't lost any weight, but I've learned a lot about myself personally. I don't know if you go through that when you diet, but the thing that I've learned is like what your Achilles heel is, like what you truly value in life, right? Because you can't have any carbohydrates, which sounds like good, like bacon and eggs every morning for breakfast, but that gets exhausting. One, because bacon takes like 15 minutes to fry, right? And I've been doing it, and I found like, hey, I can give up everything. Like ice cream, I don't care. You know, like chicken parmesan, fettuccine alfredo, all of that stuff. I can walk by it, and it doesn't tempt me at all. But the thing that gets me is rice checks. Does anybody else? No one else likes rice checks, okay? Nobody likes rice checks, including the people who make rice checks. Okay, they know that it's a horrible cereal because on the box, there's not a picture of every other cereal. If you walk down the cereal aisle, has a picture of the cereal in a bowl with milk and some strawberries for color, right? Except for rice checks. And the rice checks are like, hey, you could use our cereal to make another food. The cereal, it should be good on its own, but we know like it's good if you add in like some pretzels and some peanuts and put a sauce on it and bake it, then it's good. It's a good cereal if you put some work into it. We put the recipe on the back in case you don't believe us. The exact specific things that one would have to do to make the cereal edible. We've listed that out on the back of the box for you. If you don't want to go to all that work, we just make it. We make it and we bag it, and then it's like 2 aisles over. You don't even have to make it anymore. Just buy your bad cereal. That's not even the cereal. I don't even buy Rice Chex. I buy Hexagrains, the Ralph store brand. It's like 40 cents difference, people, but you can taste that 40 cents in every bite. It's 40 cents of deliciousness. On the box of their cereal, they have a bowl, like I said before, of the cereal, as if you don't know what to do with it. You put it in a bowl and pour milk on it, but they say it's hexagrains, so it's like hexagon, 6-sided thing, right? But the bowl has 8 sides to it on the box. Like, no one notices. That's how little attention the hexagrains people are paying attention to the cereal. Like, I imagine someone's like, yeah, we made a mistake, but we only made like 5 boxes. There's one guy buying them at Ralph's on La Brea, and then we just get rid of those boxes and we're done. That's all we have to do. The other thing I miss, though, is going to Olive Garden, because isn't that the best restaurant? Because you're not even like eating food, you're in a duel with the wait staff. Because they keep bringing you breadsticks. They're like, oh, you can eat breadsticks, soup salad breadsticks. Here's some more bread. Eat some more bread. Have some more bread. More bread? Right? We'd like to order an entree now. Okay, that's fine. We'll bring out your entree with another side of bread. Dessert, breadsticks. You want some coffee and some breadsticks? Here's your bill. Inside the bill, there's some breadsticks. It's delicious. That's why I love it. That's why I'm trying to lose weight and failing horribly. But the thing I love the most about Olive Garden is how unabashedly excited they are about their food, right? Like, even in their commercials, they're like, it's pasta days at Olive Garden. And you're like, you serve pasta every day. You don't need to get excited about it. Like, no, it's ravioli time. And you're like, there's no seasons in pasta, okay? You can eat ravioli any time of the year. You don't have to make up. And then they're making up new pasta dishes. They're like, it's pasta shetty. It's lasagna wrapped up in a ravioli, covered in marinara sauce, baked into a tortellini shell. You're like, that's not real. That's not authentic Italian food. I don't believe you. But they're always bragging about that, too. They're like, that's real, authentic Italian cooking. And then they explain it on the commercial. Like, every year we send one chef to Italy. And then that chef comes back and tells 2 other chefs. And that chef tells 2 more chefs. And those chefs tell 2 chefs. And those chefs tell 2 chefs. Until eventually at least one person at each of our restaurants has heard of Italian cooking. All right. Earlier in my set, I mentioned we have a lot of lovely ladies on the show, and I'd like to introduce you to the first one now. She is a writer for the blog Say Something Funny Bitch. It's a very funny blog written by very funny women. I highly recommend it. And she also is the host of Comedy Time's Ladies Night Out. Please welcome him here to Acme, Jamie Brunton.
Thank you. Oh, thanks. Hi, guys. I'm Jamie, and let's just get this out of the way. Does anyone here shop at Ross? Anyone other than me? Okay, all right, my people. All right, I love Ross. I do. I love it. And I think I like Ross so much because I have scoliosis, so the clothes actually fit me. For real, it's like, oh, does that dress look like a drunk person made it? Well, so does my spine. It fits. I'm fine. I get to dress for less. I'm good. You guys know the Duggars? That family on television with like a zillion kids. I think they have 20 biological children. Here's the thing, Duggars. All right, we all get it. I want to have kids too. But I think I'm going to stop when their faces start repeating. Because that's when you know you've had enough. Newsflash, Duggars, there are only 2 of you. That means there are a finite number of facial combinations at your disposal, period. That's math. Number 2 looks like number 10. Close it up. Close up shop. So, I've been reading a lot of horoscopes lately, in particular teen horoscopes. I am a bit of a disaster as an adult. And frankly, I found that I can't really relate to adult astrology. all this talk about career this and family that. I'm not really sure what a money house is, but I'm pretty positive I don't have one. Teen astrology is more my speed. Plus, it's super optimistic, you guys. Like, for instance, here is my horoscope from my absolute favorite new book. Wait for it. Teen astrology. Well, new to me. I stole it from the Santa Monica Library because I need it. Okay, Libra. Hey, Libra girl. You are the fashionista of the zodiac. Your hair is always perfect, and you're totally rocking the latest runway trends. Many Libra girls wind up in the fashion industry for this very reason. You're good at reading, and your star twin is Gwen Stefani. See? Isn't that great? It is. Yeah, and it's totally true. I am good at reading. You guys should try it. Okay, like you there. What is your sign? Yes. Virgo. Okay. Interactive comedy. Okay. Virgo. If you and your BFF get in a rut, go off campus for lunch and get bagels instead of fries. You'll have a lot to talk about then. See? Your likes are waterfalls and being cool, and your dislikes are being told to get a grip. Many Virgo gals end up in the fashion industry as fashion business ladies. See? Isn't that great? We'll try one more. You miss, what's your sign? Yes. Aries. Okay, Aries. You love the outdoors and fancy soaps. Your babysitting style is tough but fun. And your prom look will be 80s romantic vampire. You enjoy your birthday, and you hate food with no taste. Okay. Watch out, fashion industry, because many Aries chicks grow up to be fashionaires. See? Isn't that great? It is. See, we don't need that old people stuff. This is what young people are into, and this is what we are into. But here's the thing. There are some gentlemen in the audience, and there's a guy section here, and I bookmarked it because I'm so excited to hear what these teens have to say about the boys. So, a gentleman in the audience, tell me your sign. Libra, all right. Star twin. All right. So, you're a young teenage boy, huh? That's adorable. You are mature beyond your years, and you know how to treat an experienced woman. I bet you are like a young Harrison Ford type, aren't you? You are so cute and sexy. I'd love to relax in your warm embrace and share a hot fudge sundae after a long session of enthusiastic lovemaking. You appreciate an older woman's body. It just kind of goes on from there. It also says you like fashion. Thank you guys. I'm Jamie Brunton. You guys have been great.
Shit. I'm a genie in a bottle. Gotta run me the right. You will be with me. I'm a genie in a bottle, baby. Come on and let me out.
Yeah, that song was for the last comic, not for me. Just to be clear, Genie in a Bottle was for Jamie Brunton. Give it up for Jamie once again. Laughter and learning. We all appreciate older women's bodies. I think that was just a given, right? Astrology's bunk, because that's true of all men, right? Yeah, right? A full force agreement there. Front row. Ladies and gentlemen, we have another comedian who is a good friend of mine. I saw him, quickly snapped him up, and it's not just because we have the same name. Ladies and gentlemen, our next comedian has performed at the Montreal Comedy Festival, and he's coming here to Acme to perform. Please welcome Josh Wade.
Put on my boogie shoes. Oh, I wanna put on my boogie shoes. Just to boogie with you.
How about it for that? Can't top that.
a 6-year-old niece, and she's going through this weird phase where she likes to pretend I'm her boyfriend. I know, it's something that happens. And it's totally innocent. I know that. People have told me, I get it, but like it creeps me out, you know? And recently I took her to the mall for the day, and in front of this entire group of people, she's like, Uncle Josh, you're my boyfriend. It's like, yo, you gotta stop saying that. Like, right now. But then I felt even worse. Because the only thing creepier than a 6-year-old girl calling me her boyfriend is me telling her to keep it a secret. That is uncomfortable. I just want to show up in a tinted out van like, who wants to go for a ride in Uncle Josh's no-no hush wagon? I'll take you to my treehouse of whispers. It got a little dark. I just jumped into the internet dating scene. Surprise, surprise. And I have to tell you, probably the saddest thing that I've ever done. And I know that I'm not alone. It feels good because no one on these websites can actually believe they're there. They write it right in their profile. It's like, I can't believe I'm doing this. Never thought it would come down to this. I'm giving it a shot. I went out with this girl. She was like, so what brought you to internet dating? I was like, I don't know, a series of bad decisions. It's not because things are going well, I'll tell you that much. I don't even consider it internet dating. To me, it's just a database of who's left. That's all. It's like an eBay of broken dreams, basically. I feel like when you log onto the website, they should apologize to you just for you having to be there. It should be like, welcome to internet dating. We're sorry you had to do this. Sometimes life doesn't work out the way we hoped. But to make it easier, we've compiled this list of the people no one wanted. And for $40 a month, you can have full access to that list. Do you like left shoes? We're a store that sells only left shoes. Oh, it's sad and funny, and I'm part of it. That's why it's good. No, it's an awkward situation to be in anyway, because you have to describe yourself on those sites. That's the hardest part. And some people just go on and on. Like, the redundancy of who they are, it's just mind-blowing. Like, this one girl, she was like, I'm a vegan. Politically, I'm very liberal. I enjoy farmers markets, independent film, and cats. And I thought, wow, you could have just said, I'm vegan. And I would have gathered all of that other information you just gave me after that. It's an awkward situation. I think in LA, it's weird. Like, I find that women in LA are a little mean. I do. I don't know about you. I do. And I think it's because they're starving. I really do. I think that's... Because I get cranky if I miss lunch. Imagine if you missed all of them. You would be very sad. I was on a date with a girl. She was like, what do you do? I was like, I'm a comedian. She's like, you don't look funny. I was like, you don't look like you can read. She did not like that, sir. She got very angry. She was like, actually, Josh, I'm dyslexic. I was like, oh my God. I was right. She's not a reader. She's not into it, not into the books. I don't like being single because I have to spend a lot of time with my guy friends, which is, I am not a fan of straight men. I resent being one in general. I really do. I'm like, I wish I couldn't be, but I have to be. It's just the way it goes. But like, because like, I went to the movies with a guy friend of mine recently. He wouldn't sit next to me at the movie theater. Have you heard it? This is how homophobic people are. Like, he had to leave a seat between us. And I was like, what are you doing? He's like, well, if we sit next to each other, everyone's gonna think we're gay. I was like, dude, we are at the 3 o'clock showing of a Katherine Heigl movie. Like, this is already pretty gay, and we're sharing a Diet Pepsi. Like, you might as well sit on my lap at this point. It's a gay situation. Guys do that all the time. I was at the beach with a friend of mine. It was a super hot day, and I asked him, I was like, hey, could you put some lotion on my shoulders? You should have seen the look on his face. He was like, oh, no. I was like, I didn't ask you to wipe it on me with your balls. I just put it on my shoulders. He was like, nah, I don't want people to get the wrong idea. I was like, wrong idea? I rode here on the back of your motorcycle. I was one pothole away from being inside you. don't want people to get the wrong idea. Next time, pick me up in a car with a shirt on. People get the wrong idea because I live in West Hollywood, which is a gay neighborhood, and I'm not gay. And when you're straight and you live in a gay neighborhood, your straight friends, they always ask you the same thing. Like, do they hit on you? Do gay guys hit on you? And you know what? Yeah, they do. You know what they don't do? Rob me. They've never robbed me. Gay people don't want your money. Unless you got a wallet full of dudes, they don't want it. If a guy takes your purse in my neighborhood, it's because he really loves your purse. He thinks it's beautiful and it matches his shit. So, my name's Josh. Thank you guys very much.
Whoa, you like to think that you're immune to the stuff. Oh yeah. Woo! Whoa, the closer to the truth you say you can't get enough. You know you're gonna have to face it. You're addicted to love.
Perfect. That's a song for Josh Wade, right? Was he hilarious? He was fantastic, huh? He was like me, but without a beard, right? No? Not that funny? I wish I could be as funny as Josh Wade. I really do. He was talking about online dating. Everyone rags on online dating, but I submit to you this. Where else do you meet people to date? At the laundromat? Would you allow someone to pick you up at the laundromat? I met a guy who did that. He picked up women at the laundromat. This is how I met him, because he had stolen my laundry. I put my loads of laundry in and I was washing all my clothes in a blanket. And so I had a blanket in the dryer with all my other clothes, and when I came back, all my clothes were there, but the blanket was gone. And I was pissed, and I was kind of like, oh, the guy sees me, and he's like, oh, was that your blanket? And I was like, yeah, it was. And he says, oh, I was talking to this lady earlier, and I set up a date for Friday night, and I thought it was her blanket, like she was leaving it for me like as a signal. Like she wanted me to take it to bring to the date. Ladies and gentlemen, if you think you've ever been on an awkward date, imagine this guy's scenario when he shows up Friday night to the date. Hey, I got the blanket that you left me. Nothing sexier than a blanket, right, ladies? I got this blanket that you left me in the dryer. That's not my blanket. It's not my blanket. And how much time are you spending at the laundromat that you're picking up blanket signals? Yeah, so that's an awkward date. So online dating, not that bad, right? You set it up, hey, we're gonna go get coffee, we're gonna talk about ourselves, and never talk to each other again. That's how it works, for me at least. Ladies and gentlemen, our next comedian for 2 years toured full-time with Craig Shoemaker, and he's a runner-up in the San Francisco comedy competition and will appear next month on HBO's Luck. Please welcome Jason Love.
Next we're moving on. Here's with me, yeah, me singing I love rock and roll. So put another dime in the jukebox, baby. I love rock and roll. So come on, take your time and dance with me.
Very nice. That is awesome. So we have it's kind of like a American Idol-esque. You guys would be the ones at the table. So you're J-Lo and Steven Tyler and the other guy whose name I can't remember. You gotta pass these guys. He was saying Steven Tyler notes earlier. That's impressive. Well, hi guys. How are we doing tonight? Yeah. I live in Camarillo. You guys make it out as far as Camarillo? No. No. I will speak to the group. No. There's not a whole lot of reason to go to Camarillo. So, you plug Camarillo into the GPS, it goes wide. I live by a CVS there, and we're always in and out. I don't understand the store CVS. It's such a weird mishmash of stuff. Like in the back, it's a pharmacy, and all the health aids. And then the whole rest of the store is chocolate, cigarettes, booze. I don't know if they care about my health or not. Nobody knows what CVS stands for. I think it's just cigarettes and vitamins and shit. So my actual name is Jason Love. It's on my driver's license. Not my dancer name for the dancer. You're lucky for you guys. You know who it sucks for? Just breezed over that. You know who it sucks for is the guy who's got to pick you up at the airport with a little sign. He's got to feel stupid waiting for me. This is what was going on the whole time. I didn't have my mic on, and none of you told me. Well,
We could have done this in my living room, really. So, think about it. Well, this sounds even, boy, I have such power now. I'm like, God, I'm losing my voice. So the guy who picks you up at the airport with a little sign, you know, he's got to feel stupid waiting for me. Love, anyone? Tried Match.com. I did these shows with a guy named Lucas Dick. We pull up, true story, we pull up in front of the casino. It says, tonight, only the Love Dick show. Like nobody saw that, walked by. And then they put my super masculine face right here. Yeah, women aren't into the skinny guy. You know, one woman told me that if I could fit into her pants, that I can't get into them. Yeah, it's a true story too. She thought it through. She had a policy. You must be this wide to go on the ride. She called me metrosexual. Metrosexual. I had to go look it up on a computer. Didn't sound like much of a compliment. In fairness, I did have some of the symptoms on the list. I carry Purell, hand sanitizer. I go to yoga. My belt usually matches my shoes. I go see the matinee of Katherine Heigl movies. Basically, metrosexual is when you like women, but nobody believes you. And it's cool here. I don't stand out in Camarillo and Hollywood, but the farther away we go, man. We walked into a gas station in Alabama. I asked the guy if they had any fresh fruit. He looks at me like, just you. You weren't familiar with metrosexual in Alabama. Metrosexual? What, are you having sex on the bus? So I'm okay. I'm okay being a Purell guy. I don't mind. I feel for my dad because he's a jock. He's watching ESPN somewhere in the distance, you know. And I just know that growing up, the other guys at the barbecue would be like, "So, Danny, is your son going out for Little League this year?" Theater. Oh. Oh. Well, I'll tell my son not to beat him up. At least I'm not like a flamboyant metro. You know, I'm kind of, like I try to fit in. I try to, like the guys are hanging out, be like, hey, how about them Raiders? Dude, it's the off season. Right. Well, nice shoes. I found a woman who accepts metro guys, so lucky me, right? And I also wash my hands all the time, like monk. Just not easy to be around. We had a moment, though, where we first moved in together. I wasn't sure it was going to work out. She walked in to use the bathroom, and I was already sitting there on the toilet. And she goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry." I go, "No, it's cool. I'm just peeing." Testimony, testimony. I love it. That's the first time. She goes, "You're not going to be able to fix things around the house, are you?" It makes me dizzy. That's awesome. Metros unite. European? Oh, so he's got an excuse and I don't. That's on the Metro list too. People ask what part of Europe you're from. I do like baseball. I do like baseball. Like that's a sport that I finally got into. I was watching these. This is a true story. I was watching these clips of the Chinese Baseball League on YouTube. It's actually a pretty big deal. And one of the players' names was Hu, H-U. And I was thinking, how awesome would it be if Hu played first? So you're saying that Hu is your first baseman. Who's on first? Ah, yes. Hu is on first. I'm sorry, man. I don't mean to laugh. That's probably wrong. No. Wong is on second base. It's very confusing. Wong hits the home run. All the fans go, "Who? Who takes a bow?" So who's the guy with the big bat, the heavy hitter? No, I see Wong and Shawa. No big bat. You thinking of Wang? It took a long time to get there. I am Jason Love, guys. You have been a lot of fun. Enjoy the rest of your show.
I'm your biggest fan. I'll follow you until you love me. Your paparazzi.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, our next comedian is one of my favorite comedians on all of Los Angeles. And you're laughing because you hear that a lot, but she really is. And you'll find out soon enough why, because she will be performing her own half-hour special right here at ACME on April 27th. And she's coming to you all the way from Minnesota, Wisconsin, and all points in between. Please welcome to the stage, Miss Mary Mack.
Baby, there's no other superstar. You know that I'll be the paparazzi. Promise I'll be kind, but I won't stop until that boy is mine.
Wow, well, we had a system worked out where it wouldn't be awkward. And I would walk in with my own mic, and Josh would keep a mic. But I was having a good time watching. So, are you having fun, guys? Yeah, awesome, good. Hey, I got news. I just found out I was pregnant. Yes. With rage. Yes. I got a lot of anger inside. I'm holding it in. Anybody else feeling hostile? Anyone? Yeah, good. Okay, here's what you do. I got this move. I've been learning it in yoga class. And if you're feeling in anger, take your hands, okay? Put them down on the ground like this and stick that foot up in the air like that. And what happens is all the negative energy sort of just shoots out your big toe, okay? And it shoots out your big toe and it makes a rainbow. Yeah, a negativity rainbow. Yes, and it lands on a baby in an airplane. Yes. But not anymore, okay? Another thing, this will help too, is I have a new motto so people won't walk on me and I won't get angry. Here it is. I am not the victim. Do you want to try it? Okay, ready, and I am not the victim. I am the killer. Yeah, because you got to think positive, right? Yes. Ah, man. People come up to me here, they think I'm new age, you know, because I have like a nondescript hairstyle and sort of butch. And also, I can talk to the rabbits. So, they think I want to know all this Zen stuff, you know, and they're like, oh, you gotta live in the now, you know, live in the now. I'm like, what? That is ridiculous. The now, that's like, you don't even know what the now is till a little bit after the now. Dude, you're not psychic. You need time for your senses to perceive the now, so I'm living life in the later. Do you know how on edge you would be if you lived in the now? Oh my God, is it now? Is it now? Too much. Too much. So, oh man, I was born premature. Yeah, so nobody ever gives a crap about that. I'm a preemie because I came out a day early, and it severely affected me. You know, I don't even have a little toe, guys. Like, that's what you get the last day. I didn't get it. I didn't even get. I just have like a dried up olive on the corner of my foot here. Yeah, it's all shriveled. So it's like you forgot it under the Thanksgiving table, you know? There's fresh pimento shooting out the top. Because I put that there to feel like a woman. Anyway, so this thing is just kind of, but I don't get too down. My brother, he's 6'8", so you should see his toes, right? His toes are the size of little people, okay? They are, and his toes, they're all webbed, 'cause he was overdue. Yeah! So the baby making genies were in there like, I don't know, I guess we just keep building crap. Like a superhero. Is Michael Phelps in this Olympics? No, is it outdated, timely? No? He could have been the next Michael Phelps. Or the first Michael Phelps, because he's older than Michael Phelps. So I guess my whole message here is you gotta think positive, right? Because you do, don't you do? Every time I catch myself thinking negative, I cut myself. So, thank you, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the show. This is such a great program. Such a
Ooh,
fun
there ain't no
time.
other way. Baby, I was born this way. Baby, I was born this way. Born this way. Ooh, there ain't no other way. Baby, I was born this way. Right track, baby, I was born this way.
Nice. Once again from Mary Mack, ladies and gentlemen. She not your favorite as well? I promised you you'd have a new favorite by the end of the night. Another candidate for your new favorite comedian in Los Angeles has recently appeared in Adam Sandler's Jack and Jill. I don't know if you've seen that movie, but I haven't. But I went on to IMDb to verify that this guy was in the movie. Lots of people like to say they're in Adam Sandler's movies. But what I found out was that Adam Sandler played both parts. I didn't know that. Did you see that? I didn't know. Adam Sandler played Jack and Jill. When I saw it, I was like, I thought it was a different actor. The movie made no sense. They should really put the credits at the top of the movie. He's also written articles for Ranker.com that have been viewed over 2 million times. Please welcome to the stage, Ian Tindell.
Born this way, hey, I was born this way, hey. Right track, baby, I was born this way.
Yes, all right. Give it up for him. I would. And thank you guys so much. Give it up for yourselves tonight. Yeah, there we go. Where am I in my set now? Let's see. What jokes do I have come out to raucous applause? All right, I did that. You guys had banter with the band. That was good. Did some improv on the top with you guys. And then the pulling out of my notes and doing that bit. I have to start with this, guys, because I'm about to do a Frankenstein set here. I kind of threw out my back. Thank you. That if I turn, it's going to have to be like this. But I threw out my back, and I guess I'm the only person to blame because I decided to tie my shoe. And that's what I did. My 13-year-old body has suddenly betrayed me. And I woke up 80 today or something, and I don't. This is bullshit. It really is. It really affects like everything you do. So I'm just gonna try and not do my kicks and stuff like I usually do. So I'll just do a Frankenstein set. Like, what is the deal with fire? I don't know. I'm just trying to improvise. I'm trying to let you know if I start crying in the middle of the set, you'll know why. You'll know why. It's just pain. So, let's see. Jokes, actual jokes. My grandparents are douchebags. How about that? Let's go into that. Well, they're not douchebags. They just make me feel like a douchebag. I was just visiting with them. And I just can't seem to wake up early enough to appease them. Like, I get shit no matter when I wake up. And I tried doing it, like, getting up really early for them. I got up at, like, 8 o'clock in the morning. And, of course, they were already, like, halfway through their day. They'd eaten lunch already. They had already gotten done with their bridge game with the Morgans. And I walk out, and they're like, oh, hey, L.A., waking up at all hours in the morning. And I'm like, really? You're going to give me... The sun isn't out. I beat the sun! And I'm going to get shit for this? Which is tough. It really is. Because I love my grandparents, but I hate them for that. They just make me feel... Why did I go sad on that? I normally don't. It's the pain. I'm sorry. Let's move on. Hey, what's the deal with it being 2012? I don't know why I started that joke like that. But we are 3 years away from the future and Back to the Future Part 2. Did you guys realize that? Applause. Yeah, fuck. No, you're not going to applaud anymore after you hear that we think about that. That takes place in 2015. Think about what they have in that movie. They have flying cars. They've got holograms that eat you. They've got fucking hoverboards. Hoverboards. You've got to have power if you're gonna go off of water. We don't have that shit. It's so humiliating. The band loves that one. Yeah. All right, guys. I was just thinking if I would feel embarrassed if a time traveler were to come forward our time, and this is what we'd have to show them. I mean, kids are fatter, so they're harder to hurt, which is like kind of a superpower, but it seems more like a problem. Yogurt is more available. That's it. Yeah, yogurt. Yeah. You. Yeah. I don't know. I like the fact that most of my friends are still like, oh my God, it's 2012. Or, oh my God, it's March. Has anyone been in that, oh my God, it's March already? Or, I can't believe it's March. Really? You can't believe it's March? If I'm going to say I can't believe something, I'm going to reserve it for something I literally can't believe. Mike, that is not butter? Really? I cannot believe that. I cannot believe that this is something other than butter. Oh, wait, okay, you're telling me that Air Bud, Attorney at Paw, just won Best Picture. Really? It's about a dog who becomes a lawyer, and that just won Best Picture. And it stars Nicolas Cage? What? No, that I can believe. I can believe that part, but the rest of it I can't. Now you're blowing my fucking mind. I can't believe this. No way. You're telling me that Rick Santorum is the president of the United States of America. Really? Are you kidding me? Have you Googled his name? It literally means ass smoothie. Literally, he will be President Ass Smoothie, and he's going to be the president of the United States of America. And Nicolas Cage is the Secretary of State? That's fucking awesome, but I can't. So, all right, this is the star of The Wicker Man and Ghost Rider Part 2, Spirit of Vengeance. Needs only 2 people to die, and he will be the president of the United States of America. I cannot believe that, but it's awesome. I'm going to go political real quick. Do you guys mind it? Here's the thing I can't believe most about Rick Santorum or anyone that's crazy like that. Believe in shit like the whole being gay is a choice. And that's just, to me, just a ridiculous... I mean, to think that being gay is you go into a restaurant and you look at the menu and you're like, I think I'll have the circle jerk tonight. I think I'll go with that. Like, that just seems like such an ignorant opinion, and I have nothing else to say about it. I just wanted to whine. It's the same thing with my opinion on anything that's the banana-flavored candy. It's just bullshit. That's my time, guys. My name's Ian Tindell. Thanks very much. Have a good night.
Let me go wide, like a blister in the sun. Let me go wide, big hands will know you're on.
Yeah, keep it going for the Funkomatics, ladies and gentlemen. And for Ian Tindell, who had the widest range of topics of any set that you've seen tonight. 5 minutes, really covered a lot of ground. Especially the core group of the audience that also hates banana-flavored candy. I think that the main reason people don't believe that it's butter is because the product is called I Can't Believe It's Not Butter. I think that's the first tip-off. If it were butter, you would just call it butter. We don't have to come up with another name for it. I just did that little bit of material because the next comic asked me, are you going to talk more about online dating before I go up on stage? And I promised her I wouldn't. Ladies and gentlemen, our next comedian is the host and star of a web series prank show called Heatherbrained, and you can be found at heatherbrained.com. Please welcome to the stage Heather Turman.
Big hands, I know you're the one. Woo!
That is so awkward for me because I have no rhythm at all. So whenever music plays, I get incredibly awkward. And also it's 2 pretty girls and I'm gay, so I'm a little hot up here too. Anyway, Okay, how are we doing? I love when people find out I'm gay for the first time. They're always like, I didn't know you were gay. I'm like, really? I didn't know you weren't. Nice haircut. And like, I try really hard, okay, to suppress my inner lumberjack Leslie, like really hard. Like, I suppress it so deeply, like the only way I can get off is by masturbating to pictures of power drills and drywall. It's really deep. Thanks. Really deep. I told my parents I was gay not too long ago. They didn't take it so well. My mom, like, I was the favorite growing up. You know how you know you're the favorite? I was definitely the favorite. I had all these cute nicknames like Sweet Pea and Peanut. Now it's Lezo Bitch. I don't know how to deal with that, right? I mean, Lezo isn't even a real term. It's Leslie or Lesbo. So I'm like, Mom, if you're going to be derogatory, use the right words. Then she just calls me a cunt licker. And that's just true. But it's okay. I store her in my phone under cocksucker. So I think we're good. My friends tell me that my personality is like that of a 12-year-old boy. Just don't touch any socks near my bed. But no. Oh, man. You guys are great. What a great crowd for this time of night. Wonderful. Love Hollywood. I just got out of a relationship, went through a breakup recently. And it's funny, it's okay, I know, it's okay. Love of my life, no big deal. But it's funny that you don't really know someone until you break up with them. Have you discovered that? It's bizarre. So I think for my next relationship, like when everything is perfect, I'm gonna break up just to see if they're an asshole, right? If they're not, then we can get back together. And if they show up on my doorstep, hands and knees begging, have built a I Love Heather shrine, marriage material. That's the test. Just want someone to be obsessed with me. Is that too much to ask? Come on. But yeah, it was a 4-year relationship, so that's a long time. So I definitely had that moment where I was like, man, like I may never find anyone again with a rack like that. Man, those were good boobs. And the pussy. We had a cat together that I'm never, gonna see again. But it did inspire this new get-rich-quick plan. I think I'm going to become a lesbian breakup cat custody lawyer. There's probably a lot of money there. We'll see. Me and anybody role play here? Me and my ex, we used to love to we would play two friends that got drunk and shouldn't be doing this, but then she made that fantasy a reality with a coworker of mine. I know, so we're no longer together. I think, but it's okay. You know what? My ex used to, she used to pluck her nipple hair. So the moral of that story is don't break the heart of a comedian, because now the entire internet knows that. Thank you. It's okay. I think what happened was, you know how things go bad and like the relationship hits that moment where it's like fight or flight? Well, she just flew like really fast. At one point I was like, it's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's my girlfriend. She even had a cape. I know. It was really fast. But that's okay. So now I'm dating again. Have you ever seen like a really obese couple in love? Like really obese, so obese like that they've never actually had sex because it's impossible. Their stuff is so buried. But yet they're sitting across from each other at an all-you-can-eat buffet just covered in sweat and barbecue sauce. So in love, right? So in love. And you're just like, aw, why am I single? Right? Like everyone likes to think they're a catch. It's hard realizing you're not. And I think for me, it's that moment when I'm like, well, I'm a bartender and a comedian. I know I'm going to die alone. Got to learn some sex tricks and fast, I think. But that's okay. You guys are nice. Hollywood's good. Hollywood's wonderful. It's so wonderful. It's so beautiful out right now. It's March. It's the beginning of March. I just went surfing the internet, and I did, and I picked up all this new information. Check this out, guys. I learned that the battery was invented in 1859, ladies. The same year the first female orgasm was recorded. Can you believe that? Crazy. I know, right? I also learned that apparently beetles taste like apples. This is true. Wasps taste like pine nuts. And worms taste like fried bacon. Yeah, it's like real creative, God, real creative, right? But I decided to test this theory, so I made a salad for my blind friend. But when I asked her how it tasted, she said, like deception. And I felt really bad, right? Because we were close. Well, I had to keep her close, otherwise she would bump into things. But she was really mad at me. She was like, fuck you, you naked bitch. And I'm like, whoa, how did you know I was naked? She's like, I can smell your vagina from here, so we're no longer friends. I know. But it's okay. She was kind of weird. I'm not going to miss her. She's always talking about she loved to give her boyfriend hand jobs. And I'm like, what is so great about a hand job? She's like, well, he has genital warts. Every time I stroke it, it's like reading a love poem. So I'll leave you guys with that. Braille dick. Thank you. Have a good night.
I'm gonna soak up the sun. I got my 45 on, so I can rock on.
Fantastic. The funny thing about leaving you with genital warts is that's the only way someone can leave you when they have genital warts. Ladies and gentlemen, our next comedian has performed on Showtime's Bridging the Gap and Comedy Central's The Watch List. Please welcome her to Acme, Maria SHEHATA.
I'm a genie in a bottle, baby. Gotta rub me the right way. You wanna be with me? I'm a genie in a bottle, baby. Come on and let me out.
This is pretty much how I dance at bars, too. Just like, yeah, cool. Love to come out to genital warts being the last joke. Awesome. I drink a lot, and I've just like realized a lot of things in my time drinking, and I'm just gonna bestow some knowledge onto you guys. One of the lessons I've learned is that whenever you say the words "fuck it" and then hit send at the same time, yeah, it's never gonna work out in your favor. Just don't do that. You'll never wake up the next morning like, thank God I sent that text. Meaning to get that off my chest. Oh, it feels great. You're always gonna wake up like, no, why? Why did I say that? You know, because there's a reason you're saying fuck it. Like your guttural instincts are telling you not to do something. You know what I mean? Like you're never gonna say fuck it and then do something good for yourself. You're never gonna be like, you know what, fuck it, I'm having a banana. It's gonna be amazing. You know what, fuck you, I'm going to nursing school. It's gonna be awesome. I don't know. I'm lazy. I didn't do anything today. I watched TV and I was watching a show about the pyramids because I'm Egyptian and I spend most of my time thinking about the pyramids. And I was just like realizing something. I'm like, the pyramids, what an accomplishment. That's amazing. Like, no matter who actually built it, because everybody's always like, oh, the Egyptians didn't build the pyramids, the Jews did. Like, well, whoever did, they got done. You know, like that's the important part. That's what's special. Like, because I just feel like now if somebody, like with social networking, like the pyramids are proof of what humans are capable of without Twitter. You know, like, it's just like we have no time anymore. I feel like if the social networking were around back then, people would have been like, oh, I have this great idea. I want to build this structure that represents the sun's rays and the birth and rebirth of the sun god. And somebody else would have been like, oh, that's funny. You should tweet that. And that's it. That's like, they would have gotten like 3 retweets, and that's like, pyramids never would have happened. So I'm lazy. I've been trying to lose 5 pounds for like 15 years now, and it just never works out because I don't have a good work ethic when it comes to working out and going to the gym. Like I skipped yoga this morning, and then I started thinking about it. I'm like, well, how long can I call it skipping yoga? Before it just becomes, I don't do yoga. It's been 1.5 years now. I think I can retire the mat. Nobody's waiting for me at yoga class anymore. You know, but I always like tell myself to go to the gym. Like all you have to do is get your gym clothes on. Because if you can get your gym clothes on, you're halfway there. You know, so it's like I get my and so like I get my gym clothes on, and then I'm driving to the gym, and then halfway there's always a donut shop. You know, and I'm like shit. So I stop, and I'm outside eating donuts in my yoga clothes, just getting crumbs all over me, just taking solace in the fact that at least people are driving by me, going, oh well, at least she's earned it. Like, yeah, that's all I need. That's awesome. I tried to be vegan to lose weight. Vegan. Are there any vegans here? One person who barely got out of woo. They're like, whoa, I just had a lentil today. It was really hard to do that. I couldn't be vegan just because, I mean, when you go out to a restaurant, like all the vegan menu items are always really stupid puns. I couldn't stomach saying them for the rest. Like I would just be like, does your Viva Las Vegan? Yeah, does that come with sausage or bacon? Yeah, I mean, fuck this. Actually, I'd rather just kill a pig than have to say this shit for the rest of my life. I don't know, broke. I have a job, but I'm just broke all the time. I don't know why. I don't know where my money goes. And I just realized, like, I've been broke. I've been this broke. I was just as broke as I was 5 years ago when I was telling myself I'm not always going to be this broke. And I just didn't realize it was going to be like, if I had told myself 5 years ago, like, you're not always going to be this broke, but you will be for at least the next 5 years, I would have just killed myself. Like, fucking, like, this sucks being this broke. Like, I can't fix anything in my life. The check engine light has been on in my car, and it finally went out, but only because it burned out. You know, like, that's the kind of shit I'm working with. Like, my hard drive crashed, and I took it in, and they were like, well, to see if we can get the information back, it's going to cost you $500. I was like, $500 just to see if you can get my information. I don't have $500. Like, I wouldn't even revive a child right now for $500. I was like, fuck it. 5 years was a good life. It was a good run. I had a friend call me up, and she was all excited because she was in love, and she met this guy. And she's like, I met the guy in my dreams. I love him so much. I think I want to marry him. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so excited. And I was like, oh. And then I went back to eating my sandwich. And she was like, didn't you hear me? I just told you I was in love. And I was like, no, I heard you. It's just that you're a girl, and that's what we do. Like, girls love to fall in love. It's our MO. We don't, you know what I mean? Like, we're trying to do that. Like, I feel like, you know, because fairy tales and shit, that's just what we're trying to do. Like, guys don't want to be in love because guys have goals and things to do. But, like, girls, you know, like, if love were a pool, guys would be the ones that fell in or got pushed in or kicked in, you know? But girls, we're already in the pool, and we're just swimming around like a bunch of alligators, just waiting, just like, no, it's totally fine, it's fine, get close. Closer, closer, oh. Guys are like, oh shit, you see what just happened to Eddie? Stay away from the pool. All right, thank you guys so much. I'm Maria SHEHATA.
If I had the chance, I'd ask the world to dance.
Yeah, the Funkomatics is Mary SHEHATA. She's waiting in the back. What was that? What? No, don't. I wasn't actually asking. I take that back. I take that back. People are actually excited. Pounce on them. Ladies and gentlemen, our last comedian of the night was on Web Soup once for like 3 seconds. Huzzah. Please welcome John Vargas.
Street light people, don't stop.
I didn't expect any of this. This is pretty great. These guys are awesome, man. Thank you for Journey. It's a secret love of mine. Journey's a good band, and I hate to admit it, looking the way I look. So when's the last time anybody saw a fight here? Like a real fight? Like since high school, right? I've seen a lot, and this is what I saw not too long ago. It killed me. It was hilarious. These two guys about to fight. Now, if you've ever been in a fight, there's a lot of shit talking ahead. Like there's a lot of like, hey, I will kick your ass, or I slept with your wife, or you're not my real dad. Like there's a lot of weird. This guy had the best opening line ever to a fight ever. He just kind of backed up and just yells out, "Come on! I want to die!" I was like, well, okay. I guess you win. That guy doesn't, how does that guy lose a fight? The other guy literally said, all right, that's cool. You're going to have my girlfriend if you want. I'm not fighting a guy. Why do you fight a guy who wants to die? He'll just drag you into traffic. That's the worst guy in the world to die, to fight. You know who else is not a good guy to fight? Guy in a wheelchair. I'm just going to fight with the guy in the wheelchair. Not my fault. I didn't want to fight him. I was on a train coming back from Compton. I do that sometimes. And I'm just, minding my own business, listening to my music, right? Got my iPod in. This dude comes in on a wheelchair, Mexican, not unlike me. Tattooed, not unlike me. Unlike me, tattooed in the face, right? And he just kind of rolls in, just angrily rolls in. And he's just lasering me. Like I could feel him. I don't want to look at him, but I could just feel him. And he's staring me down, but he's lower than me, which is weird, right? So he's staring me like up, down, He gets over here and he's just like, and I was like, fuck. What is it? And he starts talking to me, and I just pull out and I go, what did you say, dude? He's like, hey, where are you from? I was like, what do you mean? I live in Los Feliz. What are you asking me? I'm not in a gang, if that's what you're asking, because I'm fucking listening to Bob Seger right now. Like, that's how much of a whitewashed Mexican I am. I'm starting to get Bob Seger, you know? It is great, you're right. But to be fair, I do listen to, you know, very traditional Mexican music as well. I listen to corridos and rancheras and Morsi. Don't know why we love Morsi, but we do. I think we're just trying to be too tough. We just need to release the cry every now and again with that. So, what else am I going to talk about? Ladies, look at, I'm sorry, but this is true. We say creepy things about you, okay? I'm sorry. But usually it's normal, like, you know, nice tits or big ass. That's what I say. That's what I go for. Now, here's the thing. My friend said something. We're walking down the street. Now, you ladies can judge this and tell me if I'm wrong. We're walking down the street, and a pretty young lady walked this way, right? And this is what he said about her as she walked away. He was like, oh, she's got nice skin. What? What does that mean, nice skin? What are you going to make a lamp? What the hell does that mean, man? Jesus. Oh, ugh. Creep me out. My friend. You know, another creepy thing, another friend of mine. I hang out with some creepy fucking dudes. This is what a friend of mine told me. He's getting married, right? And this is what he said. He was like, dude, I'm getting married because I don't want to die alone. I don't want to die alone. I was like, what are you planning on taking her with you, King Tut? What the hell does that mean? Die alone? That's a creep. Ladies, I'm just saying, maybe it's in this, you know, maybe it's all in the delivery, right? Maybe it's at a nice candlelight dinner, you know, and he holds your hand and he looks at you very nicely, very softly, and he says, honey, I don't want to die alone. That's kind of nice. As opposed to, say, waking up at 3 in the morning with him on top of you with his face is like, I don't want to die alone. It's a little different. Just if you come across that guy, fucking run, because he's planning a murder-suicide. I'm a little sick of the tattoo culture. I'm just going to say it. I'm sick of people with tattoos. The goddamn tattoo shows, they keep coming out. They keep making it, they keep gentrifying it, man. It's bullshit. Like, I remember when I was a kid, tattoos, it's like only criminals and carnies got tattoos. And that's what I wanted to be, one or the other. And I just don't get it, man. Like, you go into tattoo parlors now, they're all nice and clean, you know, like they smell like nice. Like, I've never been in a nice tattoo parlor, man. Like I guess I'm just a purist, because my first tattoo I got like in a garage at 17 from some guy who kept taking breaks to smoke speed out of a light bulb. So, just saying, I'm a little bit of a purist in that respect. So, let's talk about this. Why not? Look, I'm Mexican, right? There's a lot of shit going on politically about the Mexicans, illegal immigration and all that stuff. And I hear a lot of shit, and I basically hear two schools of thought on why people hate Mexicans. And I just want to ask this question. Which is it, man? Are we lazy or are we taking your jobs? Because you can't have it both ways, Arizona. You know what I mean? Like, because and by the way, fuck Arizona. These assholes refused to take a day off for Martin Luther King Jr. not that long ago. Remember that, man? How much of a racist you have to be to not take a day off for fucking a black dude? You know what I mean? Like, I would take a day off for the Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan. As it is, I take a day off for a racist every year. You guys know it is President's Day. So, whatever, man. Build the wall, make it bigger. We're getting in here. We're fucking superheroes. We'll learn to fly. We'll get in here, man. People, there are Mexicans in Hawaii, man. Do you know how long of a swim that is? All right, guys, that's my time. My name is John. Thanks a lot.
Closer to the truth, you say you can't get enough. You know you're gonna have to face it. You're addicted to love.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was a comedy nightcap. Thank you for coming out and joining us. I hope you enjoyed all the comics we had tonight. I will see you in 2 weeks for another Hollywood Stands Up. Funkomatics, take us out.
Woo! Feel free to sing along. The lights are out, but you're not out. Your mind is Oh, your heart sweat, your teeth grind. Another kiss, and you'll be mine. You can't eat, you can't sleep. There's no doubt.